in your experience, is there a distinction between administrators and faculty in terms of perpetrators of these kinds of things? So if we got rid of all, like Harvey's talked about, getting rid of a large percentage of the administration, does that help fix the problem, or is the faculty also small percent of the faculty also part of the encouraging and the organization of these kind of cancel mobs?
Yeah, and that's something that has been profoundly disappointing, is that when you look at the huge uptick in attempts to get professors fired that we've seen over the last 10 years, and actually over the last 22 years, as far back as our records go, at first, they were overwhelmingly led by administrators to attempts to get professors punished. And that was most, I'd say that was my career up until 2013 was fighting back at administrative excesses. Then you start having the problem in 2014 of students trying to get people canceled. And that really accelerated in 2017. And the number, so one thing that makes it easier to document are the petitions to get professors fired or punished. And how disproportionately that those actually do come from students. But another big uptick has been fellow professors demanding that their fellow professors get punished, and that to me
really sad.
It's kind of shameful. You shouldn't be proud of signing the petition to get your fellow professor. And what's even more shameful is that we get this has almost become a cliche within FIRE. When someone is facing one of these cancellation campaigns as a professor, I would get letters from some of my friends saying, "I am so sorry this has happened to you." And these were the same people who publicly signed the petition to get them fired.
Yeah. Integrity. Integrity is an important thing in this world. And I think some of it, I'm so surprised people don't stand up more for this, because there's so much hunger for it. And if you have the guts as a faculty or an administrator to really stand up with eloquence, with rigor, with integrity, I feel like it's impossible for anyone to do anything, because there's such a hunger. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees that freedom of speech is a good thing.
Oh, I don't.
Well, okay, sorry.
I don't agree.
The majority of people, even at the universities, that there's a hunger, but it's almost like this kind of nervousness around it, because there's a small number of loud voices that are doing the shouting. So, I mean, again, that's where great leadership comes in. And so, presidents of universities should probably be making clear declarations of like, this is a place where we value the freedom of expression.
This was all throughout my career, a university president who puts their foot down early and says, nope, we are not entertaining firing this professor. We are not expelling this student. It ends the issue often very fast. Although sometimes, and this is where you can really tell the administrative involvement, students will do things like take over the president's office, and then that takeover will be catered by the university. People will point this out sometimes as being kind of like, oh, it was clearly my friend Sam Abrams, when they tried to get him fired at Sarah Lawrence College. That was one of the times that it was used as kind of like, oh, that was hostile to the university because the students took over the president's office. And I'm like, no, they let them take over the president's office. And I don't know if that was one of the cases in which the takeover was catered, but if there was ever sort of like a sign that's kind of like, yes, this is actually really quite friendly.